Hi everyone, it's me, Julie O'Connell. I just wanted to come on here and do a live. Later this afternoon, I heard of an Olympian who rides for the Great Britain Dressage Corps. She was banned from the Olympics, Charlotte Desjardins, because she whipped a horse. This is very serious. This is abuse. Horses have thousands and thousands of nerve endings. They have more than humans do. So for them to be whipping a horse repeatedly, and in the video it showed 24 times. I got this information from Sky News Channel. It's a news channel, sport channel out of Great Britain. I also saw it on Riley Reacts videos. It is not okay to whip a horse, period. You can use like flags for desensitization or desensitizing the animal. That has a better effect than a whip. I don't understand how the morals of a lot of people have gone downhill. They think it's okay to abuse animals. I can tell you of an incident that happened in Edgemont. It's a development in Claymont where a kitten was set on fire and the parents were laughing as these children set this kitten on fire. It's not okay. It's not okay to have animal abuse, period. It's a felony in this country. So for me watching that video, I was very disappointed in Charlotte Desjardins. She's a really well-known and respected member in her community, in the equestrian community. It is not okay. I find it quite disturbing. Any animal abuse is quite disturbing, and it's not something to take lightly at. Because look at what happened with Jeffrey Dahmer. He started out with animal abuse and then worked his way up, murdering beautiful men and children. It's not okay. It's not okay to have abuse going on in this country, whether it be an animal or a human being. And there's a lot of that going on. And we need to start valuing each other's differences and our strengths and our weaknesses to create a better country. Because the morals of this country have gone downhill. Instead of actually talking things out, people, shoot each other with poo-poos. Or pew-pews, as Natalie would call them. It's not okay. And to tell somebody to heal from trauma and try to diagnose them without being a therapist is not okay either. And to tell somebody that the way that they're getting therapy is not okay is not right in this country either. We have people out there in the SPTV community who are attacking others over the way that they heal. It is not okay. People choose to heal from their own trauma in different ways. Let's be clear. I don't like doing videos about Scientology, but Scientology is a truly human trafficking cult. Children cannot consent. We want the children to be safe in this country, and children are not safe in that cult. But as far as the horse world community, I don't follow the Kentucky Derby anymore. I don't follow any horse racing anymore because I feel it's an abusive practice. There are many, many trainers being charged with doping horses, including legendary trainer Bob Baffert, who worked for the Claiborne Farms. I don't appreciate people drugging horses in order for them to race. I don't like the big lick either. I think this totally should be abolished in this country. To put stacks on horses so that they can have an exaggerated gait in a dressage competition is not okay. And when you force his heads down, it's not a natural position for them in the dressage community. It's not. The horses' heads need to be up. When you hold them down so close that their head is almost touching their chest, it's not a natural way for a horse to carriage their head. It can actually cause strain on their neck and their spines. Many of the horses that I've seen that have come into Horse Plus Humane Society, they have what's known as kissing spine. And kissing spine is where the vertebrae are touching each other. And it's very serious. It's very painful. These horses cannot be ridden anymore because they have so much damage done to their spine. It's very painful at the withers and all down their spine. That's why some swaybacks, they aren't to be ridden. They make great pasture pets, but they are not to be ridden. Any person who jumps on a horse in a very jerky manner, it's not the way that you get on a horse. In order to get on a horse properly, you need to distribute your weight and don't plop on the horse. Because horses feel 110% more than we do as humans. They have thousands and thousands of nerve endings. When a horse gets a broken leg, yes, they have to be euthanized. And there's many people out there that don't do the right thing, and they send their horses to slaughter. In Canada, they are shipped for slaughter for human consumption. In Mexico, they're shipped down there, and the people in the Mexican community don't know that a lot of the horses that are being shipped to them are full of medication that are given to these animals to control pain. Because a lot of these animals that are being shipped to Mexico are in a lot of pain. We need to end the big lick. We need to pass the SAFE Act, which would include horses in the slaughter pipeline. Because we also have a no-kill policy now in this country of animals in shelters. Unless there's a medical reason why to euthanize them or a really severe threat to human life. Second of all, any type of animal abuse is not okay. Also, I witnessed another disturbing video of a gentleman setting his car ablaze and started the park fire, which is burning out of control in California right now. It is not okay. What you have done is wrong. I'm so glad you're in jail because there's many people's houses that have been burned by you. You owe these people an apology because you set their houses on fire and did nothing to stop the blaze that you started. This is not okay. People who are pyromaniacs, this is not okay. Please stop setting things on fire. There was a famous incident a couple years back where a barn filled with beautiful horses that were training to do like carriage races and be in the equestrian sport world. It was a barn where Barbaro was held, was set on fire. This is not okay. You killed innocent animals' lives. We need to come to have better understanding of what people want. And a lot of people truly believe that climate change is real and believe in the pollution in the waters off the coast of California and off the Atlantic coast. There is huge garbage patches, and it is killing our sea life. We want protection for beautiful animals. We aren't like the Chinese and the Japanese that have no regulation on this. They overfish. And they're going to be one of the reasons why the world is going to go hungry. Because they're overfishing the oceans. And it's a proven fact. I support people like Sea Shepherd who go out and battle these horrible organizations. The Japanese whaling fleet has been fishing in the Southern Ocean in whale sanctuaries. These areas are protected, but they claim they're doing it for research. It is a bold-faced lie. They are not doing research on these animals. They are killing pregnant whales. They are killing endangered species whales like the humpback whales and the fin whales and the minke whales. They are killing endangered species. The Chinese and Japanese government need to be held responsible for their actions towards the animal world. They also support places like Zhai, Japan. When you go to a dolphinarium and watch one of the dolphin shows, you are supporting places like Zhai, Japan, where they slaughter tens of thousands of dolphins just to pull 2 or 3 individuals out of a pod of 10,000. It is not okay. The world is watching. And the world watches what other countries do. And a lot of countries support their animals in the animal world. I truly believe if you're a horse lover, please sign Riley's link is change.org. For Charlotte to only be banned 6 months, that's not okay. She should be banned from owning horses in the future. It is not okay to hurt an innocent animal, regardless of your status in society. I have rescued many, many animals that have had many health issues. I would never do what this woman has done. I even support Horse Plus, and I really would love to eventually own my own horse, but I don't have the resources, and I don't know all the facts about horses and how to train them and do all that stuff. I would need a horse that was already trained to horseback ride. I would love to trail ride, but people even in the horse community think that trail riding operations are abusive. For me, it was a kind of a therapy growing up as a child to go horseback riding with my dad, because after that, I lost my dad, and horseback riding was an outlet for me to get my feelings out, and I was in tune with the horse's needs, and I loved the animals that I rode. There's a photo of me, and the horse's name is Brownie, and it's at the base of Camelback Mountain. They used to have a horseback riding facility there. They used to allow people to ride up on Camelback Mountain, but they no longer allowed people to ride up on Camelback Mountain because they've had too many deaths riding up on Camelback Mountain. So this horseback riding facility was awesome because I was like 3 or 4 years old and I was getting to ride for the first time. And I was there with my family, riding Brownie in a circular pen. It wasn't one of these where they do have trail rides, but at that time they didn't. But in the area near Flagstaff and Greer, they did have horseback riding operations where you could do trail rides. And I absolutely loved it. Yes, some of these operations make these horses do it for long hours during the day, but some only had them certain hours of the day, like between 10 and 3. So I support people who are going to do right by their animals. I do not support animal abuse. And I'm just going to make that clear. if I see anything and if I see any abuse happening towards an animal, I'm going to certainly report it. And it's not okay. Because working in the animal care industry for more than 14 years, I saw abuses that went on. And it's horrific to see a cat that came in with an arrow stuck in its head. People are absolutely cruel in this world. Instead of working your issues out and talking it out or going to a therapist because you can't afford a therapist, you take your anger out on innocent people and animals. It's not okay. And this is what's wrong with this country right now. It's broken and fractured, and it needs to come better with better morals and become more united in supporting each other and loving each other instead of having hate-filled mongers create hate speeches. I hate hate speeches. Long gone are the true value of when we had politicians that didn't create hate videos. So I really hope everyone has a great night. Have a good evening. Cherish your loved ones. I just found out today that one of my friends had a mini stroke. It's very serious situation. He has diabetes. He has epilepsy. So it's a very serious situation. So I have to get off of here. Have a great evening. Have a good night. Take time for yourself. Thank you and have a great night.